Other questions or comments? In the back.
Two questions. Adam Piper, Ethics and Public Policy Center. So first, I think one of you, maybe Glenn, you mentioned fraying relations with our European space partners. Could you elaborate on that? Just spell out A, what you mean, and B, what we ought to do about it. And while Glenn is speaking, maybe for the rest of you, and Glenn, you can answer this too.
It's Scott.
It's Scott. I'm sorry. Yeah. Thank you.
Glenn Hubbard is my cousin.
That's who I had in mind. While you were speaking, maybe the rest of you can come up with answers for this. You guys are on Capitol Hill right now. Right. You're in the shadow of the United States Capitol. You're in the Capitol complex right now. There are journalists in the room and bloggers, and we live in a soundbite culture. So give me a sentence or two of what you want the 535 members of the House and Senate to hear from you guys.
Okay, I'll start off with the international issue. Soundbite, Europeans are mad as hell. You signed a deal with them. There's a letter from Charlie Bolden to Jean-Jacques Dordain, who's the head of ESA, going back 2 or 3 years that said we are going to join with you in a grand and bold exploration of Mars. And what's happened is that for 2016, the launch vehicle had been removed. So now the Europeans are headed for the Russians. For 2018, the letter that would allow the next level of detailed interaction has been held up for reasons that I don't understand. So when I talk to my European colleagues, they're really, really upset. They feel like that they've been swindled, that they've been, they've been given a really, really bad direction, a hard time that they didn't deserve or plan on.
For my soundbite, I would direct you towards a video by a young blogger named Hank Green talking about the James Webb Space Telescope. But before he talked about the James Webb Space Telescope, how many of you know what I'm talking about? A bunch of you do. All right. He talked, he had a thing to say. And what he said, and it's really important that everybody in this room and our bloggers and our senators and representatives understand this, there's 2 ways to make the world a better place. And one is to decrease the suck. All right? And we got to do that because there's a lot of bad things that happen, and we got to
Decrease what?
suck. Decrease the suck, things that are bad.
Yeah.
You gotta make things better. All right, you gotta decrease the suck.
We 20-something students.
This is for the young people, all the young staffers. So that's really important to do that. That's what I was talking about when I said we gotta build better roads. We gotta have a better education system. We gotta have, good health care. Those are all things that can cure cancer, etc. That's gotta do it, but you also have to increase the awesome. And that is the role of the Science Mission Directorate of NASA. Not only are we exploring the deep science questions that I talked about, we are finding what is the universe made of, what drives the fundamental physics that we use in our GPS systems. But it also increases the awesome. It makes the world worth living in. I want my kids to be able to say, my mom helps increase awesome in this universe. And they do. So it's not my soundbite, but it's a really good soundbite.
How old are your kids?
My kids are high school. I have a teenage daughter, and I have sons who are in middle school and elementary school.
I would say to Congress that it's up to them to defend America's great achievements, and they should not let these great achievements become a casualty of hard times. When hard times comes, it is the responsibility, it's the calling of those who are supposed to be the guardians to protect that which is precious. And this needs to be protected. Okay, there's a budget to be dealt with. Okay, if they were serious, they could talk about what would really be needed to deal with that. But simply wrecking America's great achievements in science will not do anything to help the budget. In fact, it will do exactly the opposite. It will do more to abort our scientific and technical capabilities. It will do more to abort our future economic prospects, our future hopes in every field of endeavor. That this is not what should be done. Okay, so in short, they should fund the planetary program in full, as we should continue the Mars program. We should fly in 2016 and 2018, and every mission opportunity beyond. And it may have to be adjustments in exactly what gets flown, but we cannot simply cut this thing off. And we should continue the exploration of the outer solar system, and we should do what is necessary to get the Webb done and up there so that it doesn't fail. Okay, we should plan this thing for success. Okay, and this business about overrunning in Webb is and people dancing on the grave of NASA, because this is nonsense. Okay, there hasn't never been a great achievement. Okay, Hubble overran, Apollo overran, the Normandy landing overran, the Parthenon overran. Okay, and and what really matters, the end, is whether you achieve the great things, and to just cut and run now on our space effort is just simply unacceptable. It really amounts to nothing less than an acceptance of American decline. This month the Chinese will launch their first Mars rover, okay? And it's ironic that in the very same month we may say about America, well, we had a good run, but now it's time to hang up the shoes. Okay, so we can't cut and run on space.
Exploring space is the modern incarnation of the American pioneering spirit. It is not the final frontier, it is the next frontier. And we can continue to be the world leader in exploring that frontier, or we can watch others pass us by.
We are that close to finding out if there are microbes on Mars or pond scum on Europa, and we need to go do it because it's fundamental to our understanding of where we are in the universe.